Yo, everybody, back at it once again. Favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels. And once again, today we're going to be going over yet another Forex setup that was sent to my personal, Telegram chat. Did you take it? Did you miss out on it? Make sure if you guys want to be able to capitalize on the next trade I sent, y'all stay tuned for the next clip. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Yo, everybody, back at it once again. Favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels. And before y'all go any further, y'all know the routine. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so YouTube sees that you guys appreciate every time I drop a video, which has been every single day, right? And then on top of that, right underneath the subscribe button, you guys are going to see the like, the thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment too, just so I know that you guys love what I'm doing so I can keep doing it for you guys, right? Now, with that being said, you guys saw in the thumbnail, we're actually going to be talking about yet another successful trade I did that you would have had the ability to take advantage of, assuming that you're plugged into the Telegram chat, right? So first and foremost, how are you going to get into the Telegram chat? I got you, right? So one of two ways you can do it. You can go to my Instagram, which is obviously at official Tyree Samuels. You can click the link in my bio, and then you'll be able to find the free Telegram link there, okay? Also, under every single YouTube video, if you look in the description, right? I'm actually going to show you guys an example. Let me show you guys an example real quick. So if we literally go to YouTube, okay? We go to YouTube. Right, we're going to go to my channel, and I'm literally just going to click on the most recent video because, as I just said, it is going to be on every single video that I drop. So let's go ahead and go to my channel. I'm just going to click on the most recent video, which will be here. Right now, once I click on the video, notice if I click under where it says show more, join my free Legacy Wealth Telegram channel, you click on that, it will automatically direct you to the channel. Okay, now the call or the trade that I actually sent out, let me show you guys what it would have looked like. Right. So normally I send pictures whenever I send out the trade. This one, I don't remember. I was moving too fast. Now for whatever reason, I've completely forgot to post this video, but I want to be able to, send you guys as many updates on the trades that we take as possible so you guys can actually get the breakdown. Okay. So this setup right here was actually going to be for Audnzd, right? So as you guys see, back on December 21st, which obviously this video is dropping sometime in January, I sent out the trade. So it was a market execution, which if you guys have followed me, it is very rare that I send out a market execution. Basically, every single trade I send out is a pending order, okay, which is going to be a buy limit and or a sell limit, right? So with this trade I did, it was a market execution for sell. I gave you guys the parameters, and it did actually, I want to say it hit take profit too, I'm pretty sure, but that's actually what we're about to go over. So let's go ahead and dive into the information. So what I'm going to start off by using is going to be our replay tool, which, by the way, if you guys actually have no idea how to be able to use a replay tool, go ahead and look in the top right-hand corner. I actually have a video going over how to take advantage of the replay tool, which in my opinion is the best way to be able to back test. Okay. So what I want to be able to go over is why do we take this trade? So this is actually going to be one of the other strategies that, I rarely use, but I take advantage of it here and there, which is going to be called the DeLorean. All right. Now, if you guys have never heard of the DeLorean and you're interested to learn how to use it, look up in the right-hand corner. I'm actually going to have another YouTube video breaking down how to take advantage of the DeLorean strategy and where you need to go to be able to further your education. Okay. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through by actually going to the scanner, because the scanner actually has 4 different steps that make it simple for you guys to be able to know how to come into the market and take advantage of the actual setup. Right now, the dope thing about the scanner is the scanner teaches you how to be able to trade this strategy on TradingView. But what the scanner does is it sends out way more opportunities so that you guys don't have to necessarily put in all the effort clicking through, all the 30-something Forex pairs and then the indices and the exotics. It's just going to hand pick them and say, hey, I think these are the good ones, right? It doesn't mean take every single one we send out, but now you know what to focus on, what time frame, and then you can start breaking down your analysis to see if this is a trade that you want to take. So all in all, like I said, you guys go watch the video I just plugged up earlier about the DeLorean. You guys will see exactly how to utilize this. Now, the most important thing is if we look at where it says training, right, there are going to be 2 different graphics, right? Step-by-step graphic for 15 minutes through the 1 hour, step-by-step graphic for the 4 hour through the daily. Now, if you guys see, we are currently on the 1 hour time frame, which is basically where I marked this chart up from. So guess what? We're going to simply select the training that says step-by-step graphic for 15 minutes through the 1 hour. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So this is obviously a sell. So notice it says buy signal, sell signal. So we're obviously going to focus on the sell signal. Now, the most important thing to pay attention to with this strategy, if you're trading between If you're trading the 15-minute through the 1 hour, it's going to be the time of day that you're taking the trade, right? So the first question is it between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern, right? I'm Central. So for me, that would be 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. We can actually answer that question. So at the time this trade was called out, right? This is what I want you guys to focus on. I'm going to take a vertical line. I'm going to put it right there, right? I'm going to move the replay tool out the way. And notice right here, it says 1.00, okay? That's going to represent 1 a.m., right? Now, ask yourself again, what did I just say? Is it between 2 a.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Eastern? Remember, I'm Central. So Central is 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. So obviously, if this is 1 a.m., right, to 9 a.m., then we're good to go. So obviously, this was a setup that literally on the dot, it gave us the ability to take the trade. If this would have come an hour prior, we would have had to pass it up altogether because that is the first question for a reason, right? So let's go over the first question. Now, the thing I want y'all to understand is on the trading view chart, the first question, you're not going to actually have an arrow. So the purpose of these scanners to be able to teach you guys, right, how to be able to actually trade this strategy by telling you initially what is the direction that you would have been looking to take the trade in. So let me give you an example, right? Notice right here, okay, we have this blue arrow that's pointing up. That means for this specific setup, until you understand what direction you're going to take the trades in, you know that you will be looking to buy this, right? And another example, you will see a red arrow, right? What does that mean? That means in this example, you would have been looking to sell it, okay? So the most important thing I really want you guys to be able to understand is these are going to be examples of how you can take advantage of this strategy, okay? So the whole thing about the strategy is going to be, it is fairly straightforward, fairly simple, and highly productive for you guys to be able to come into the market and take advantage of some great setups, okay? Now, let's go ahead and go a little bit further so we can dive in so you guys see exactly what you need to do. Now, if we look at the first question, okay, first question is going to say, look at the two candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? So we're going to imagine, right, that there is a red arrow right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to look to the left of this arrow at the two candles to the left, right? So look at the two candles to the left of the arrow. Is the red candle bigger than the blue? So, keep in mind on the scanner, they have red and blue candles. On my chart, I have red and green candles. So it would be red and green versus red and blue, just so you guys don't get confused. So is the red candle bigger than the green? I would say so. So obviously the body of this red candle, because keep in mind when they're asking that question, they want to know is the body of the candle bigger, not the wick. So the body of the red candle is clearly bigger than the green candle. Perfect. Step number one, checks off. And just so you guys know, there's going to be 4 questions. As long as we get a yes on all 4 questions, we can take the trade. If we get a no on just one, we have to pass up the trade. So we got a yes. Step number 2, does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Let's see. So if I actually were to throw these EMAs on the chart, right, these are going to be the same EMAs that you guys see on the scanner, okay? So peep this real quick, right? Notice how we have this red EMA. Let me go ahead and get all up in that thing, right? We got this red EMA following underneath price. And notice how it cuts between this candle and this candle. So once again, they wanted to cut through the candle bodies, not the wick. So yes, I would say that this red line definitely cuts between both candle bodies. So what does that mean? Step number 2 is also going to be a yes, okay? Step number 3, see how quickly we can move through this, right? Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above the 2 candles? Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? They're asking you if any of those 3 are closely above price. What I'm gonna recommend is you only focus on the important one. The most important one is by far going to be the aqua. So you can really disregard all the other ones and just really focus on the aqua. So let's see. The aqua is actually not closely above. So this is where it can get a little tricky for people that are new to the strategy, right? Because it's technically saying, is it closely above? If you look at the aqua, it's technically cutting through, okay? Technically cutting through, right? And these other 2 EMAs where it references the gray or the blue, they're obviously below price. So these wouldn't count. So we're really fixating on the aqua. Now, I'm going to give you guys something I want you to take notes of, right? The aqua cutting through is the same thing as it being closely above. I'm going to repeat that one more time. The aqua cutting through is the same thing as it being closely above. So I want y'all to remember that, and I want y'all to apply that, okay? So guess what? Step number 3 also lines up. You literally see how fast we went through those 3 steps. Now we're on the 4th and final step, step number 4. Remember, if all 3 of those were a yes, but step number 4 is an then we can't take the trade. We got to throw it in the trash. But if step 4 is good, guess what? We can take the trade. Okay, so make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. Okay, so notice how these, right? Notice how the aqua is cutting through, so that doesn't count. So they just want to make sure that the gray and the blue are not closely below price. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, everybody has a different definition of close. Okay, close to you might be right here, close to the next person may be over here. Okay, so What they mean is you want to have enough space to be able to trade in that direction, because you got to remember, all of these EMAs represent support and resistance. So if you're selling something, you don't actually want to sell directly into a support. Yeah, it could break through, but percentage wise, it's probably going to reject, reverse, hit your stop loss. So whenever they say, do you have enough space? What they mean is, right, you want to be able to have at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward to trade in that direction. So notice, right, a little bit underneath, well, actually right here. So notice right here, I have exactly a 2-to-1. So as long as you have a 2-to-1 risk to reward, that is considered enough space. So with that being said, we got a yes on all four. So what does that mean? We take the trade. How did the trade play out? Let's see. Bam. So as you guys can see, the trade dropped, immediately hit our first take profit. After that, it did reverse and hit our break even. But guess what? At that point, we already made our money. We're out the trade and we're on to enjoy the rest of our day. So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was pretty straightforward. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something, you want to know what I would recommend? I recommend you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss out on another trade opportunity. You also don't want to miss out on another YouTube video that's going to be dropped every single day. And then underneath that subscribe button, you're going to see the like, you're going to see the thumbs up, and also leave a comment. And with that being said, you guys know the motto. I'm going to see you guys at the top, not from the top. Why? Because the bottom is way too crowded. See you on Wanna Be Ya. Peace.